Pace yourself for becoming.
And then the preparation is done. To become something, and on the whole, when you know that it is your ego and superego which are loading you up, you have to scan them out with vibratory awareness. Now there are two types of attention we have to pay. First is a constant attention. That is a routine of a Sahaja Yogi. And the second one is the emergency attention. I've been saying that all the Sahaja Yogis must start writing their diaries. One, with everyday's experiences. If you know that you have to write a diary, you'll keep your mind alert. And another one, wherever you get any special idea of the past or of the future, also to jot it down. So like that you should have two diaries. For your constant attention, you have to fix up your mind on certain pegs. The first one, as I said, that if you keep a diary, then you will know that you have to remember what important things have happened. So your attention will be alert and you will be looking out for such points where, what is the thing you see. And you'll be amazed if you make your attention alert, what new things come to you, very brilliant ideas. And the miracles of life and the miracles of God's beauty and His auspiciousness, His greatness, His kindness, His blessings, how they work out if you start writing every day, even 2 lines about it. It will make your mind constantly involved with it. That's the human style of doing things. Also you can mention in the diary what happened, could you do your meditation, did you get your time for meditation or not. A little bit as if you are appearing for some sort of an examination or something, you prepare a little note like that. Did I get up in the morning? Did I? Then any special thought or any special movement in the center or left or right also should be mentioned, so that you keep a watch on your mind. It's a very good thing to maintain a diary. Also you will see progressively how your ideas are changing, how new priorities are settling down, how you give more importance to real things and very little to unreal things. I think this is a very, very practical side of human beings, that one should have a diary. You should jot down few lines just before sleeping. Now we have to see that we have problems for superego and ego. Now superego is the left side, is darkness, tamoguna, and our past. Those who have left side problems should think of the future. It gives them balance. If they think of the future, for example, a person who is lethargic should take to working. Put your mind into working for the future planning, what to do, where to go, how to do. That will keep you away from drag of the left side. And gradually then you can balance yourself also. Now the right side of a person, when it is activated very much, he has to balance it. Not with the left side, but with the center. That is, a person who is very hardworking must develop a witness state. You try to do a work, any work, indulge into work in thoughtless awareness as a witness. Whatever work you are doing, you just say that I am not doing it. This you can do it after realization. Become thoughtlessly aware and start doing your work. So the compensation of the left side is done by movement to the right, and of the right side, movement in the center. Left side is the tamoguna, right side is the rajoguna, and the center is the sattva-guna. But still these are three gunas. That's not the state which we have to achieve. And then you go to the your movement should be towards the sattva-guna, is to watch everything. Now at the sattva-guna point, where you are in the center, you have to see how much you are misidentified. This type of a attitude you should take to jump onto sattva-guna. On sattva-guna, you start accepting it. You become extremely mild. You become a mild personality. Then at that time you do not discuss as to, oh, I don't like it, this was wrong, this should not have been. All these things do not come to you in sattva-guna. You start seeing it. That time you see that, all right, doesn't matter, it's done, it's done. On the contrary, you feel hurt if you are a sattva-guni, that by any suggestion you have suggested your ego. Can you get that point? You feel ashamed of your ego, I mean to say, if you are a sattva-guni. And now I am telling you that your action that you do must be every time branded by you as just your training. Any action you do. Supposing you have to drive for miles together, you're trying your patience. You see, they'll do in everything. Say they have to go for, say, helicopter, or say if they have to drop from the, what do you call them, they drop down? Parachuters. Or helicopter you take away, or whatever it is. You go on doing it again and again. Isn't it? You practice it again and again. You drop many times. You break your legs, you break your hands, you do this and do that. Till you become a master. You understand my point? Driving same way. Till you become a master, you go on. In the same way, you are doing this work just to master your patience. And then your love is your love. How much you love really. If you really love someone, you are never tired of working. You are never upset with work. But if you don't love, you start counting how much money, how much work, how many hours, how much to be paid. All artificiality comes because there is no love involved in your work. Whatever you don't want to do, you don't do it. To begin with. To begin with, you just don't do what you don't like. To begin with. But once you have mastered that, then you have to master it, that you do something that you don't like. Like meeting some bhuti, for example. You don't want to meet. You want to run away. But you go little nearer it, you see. Then develop a immunity for these bhutis. After some time, you will not catch them. You have to develop the immunity, isn't it? Otherwise, one person comes here and everybody's head goes out. Instead of the fellow improving, you all go out. So, all these things are, all these events are for your training, your immunity. your immunity is to be trained. And when it is so, when we are training ourselves, we should take it as a job. But the attitude should be extremely positive. Extremely positive. And all that should be expressed in your notebook. Whether you got dejected or you got upset and disgusted, you want to run away from it, all sorts of things. It's just a training to your mind. Whatever is the situation, wherever one has to live, whatever one has to do, we should do. So at this time, what is your first job is to try to be more exposed to me, so that automatically you go into your Sattva Guna. This is the best. But if I am not there, and when you are alone, or when we are with other Sahajogis, you must now compete in rising higher and higher, from Tamo Guna to Rajo Guna, and from Rajo Guna to Sattva Guna. But actually, by realization, you have gone beyond these three gunas. You have gone beyond it. Actually, that is what has happened to you. But like clouds, they cover you again and again. And when the sky is covered with those clouds, you cannot see the sun, you cannot see the moon, you cannot see the stars. So we have to know how these clouds are coming into us. And that's how we go into our complete analysis. How these clouds are coming to us. We find out about our different chakras. What are the chakras we are catching? Here comes the another constant attention. Lowers our chakra. Are our vibrations all right or not? Are we getting our vibrations? If not, what chakra am I catching? What must be the catch? I must raise my Kundalini, see for myself, where is the catch? Do I do my meditation or not? If I do it, am I doing it just dozingly, or am I really in it? Am I really feeling it or not? Am I alert or not? All this is to be assiduously, sincerely, absolutely, truthfully should be worked out. Because it is a process between yourselves. Atmanni Vatmanataka. See, it's so very funny, it is so funny relationship, that it is the Atma is satisfied with Atma. You have to be satisfied with yourself. There is nobody, Mataji is not concerned, nobody is concerned. It is you are concerned with yourself.